All right, so I'm going to speak about tabs and also removing hyperlinks off of text that's been imported from Microsoft Word into InDesign. So let's talk tabs first. So this is the text that I want to tab so that it equally falls on one half of the scale or the other. So I'm going to actually screen that scale back a little bit so it's not quite so bright here. So you can see the text a little bit better. All right, when you're working with this tab data, I am going to, I'll highlight all of it, both the height and the weight and all of those numbers and letters that are part of this chart. So you want to select the text first that you're going to tab. And now, if I've used a paragraph style, I would edit the paragraph style. Now I can show you two different ways, one without editing the paragraph style and the other one with editing the paragraph style. So there's going to be two different ways here. So this is without editing the paragraph style. This is doing it outside of paragraph style. I don't like to do this if I've already made a paragraph style. So here's one way of doing it. This is actually technically incorrect since we've already made the paragraph style. So if I go to type, and about 6 items down is the word tabs. So it's type tabs. You'll get a little ruler that kind of comes up and hangs out by your typography. It should pretty much align this ruler to the left side of the type. If it doesn't, you might want to hit that little magnet. It positions the panel above the text frame where, like mine is. Okay, so hitting the magnet may position it better. Now you have 4 options for tab stops. You have a left alignment, a center alignment, a right, and an align on decimal point. We're not going to align on decimal points because it's not the kind of thing we need. We need that for pricing and that kind of thing. This is not a price list. So what we're going to do is we are going to choose a left tab, which is called the left justified tab. We choose that arrow. And then we can position it by clicking in the gray area above the numbers in this ruler. When I let off the mouse, you can see that the text will automatically move with that tab stop because I already had the tab key's already been hit between the weight and the height information. Okay, so I move that over, and when I go too far, what happens is it wraps that text down to the next line. So that's not good. So I just need to bump that back just a little bit. I just do them in small increments till it comes back. Now, so that's what that would look like. Now I might change my position of my height and weight. I might make those look centered to each of these because it's going to look odd when I turn the opacity back up on my scale. Let me show you what I mean. If I have my opacity on this up 100%, the right tool here, then the weight runs into that black, and that's not good design. So I'm going to bring that opacity back down just so we can see the type better. I'm going to only select my height and weight paragraph, that line type, and I can set a tab for both the height and the weight. Now I will let you know we're going to have problems because the right before height, the tab key on the keyboard has not been set. Okay, it hasn't been hit. If I hit tab right now, it tabs it over. But I don't want to do that just yet. So I'm going to bring up the tab by going to Type and Tabs. And instead of, I could have this, I probably want to line the center. So I'm going to rip out this left align tab stop that I created earlier. I'm going to use a center tab stop. I'm going to drag that out roughly to the point where it looks centered to that type. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to set a second tab for the word height, and we're going to have some problems here as soon as I do. Maybe not. Oops. Like if I bring it over here, the weight keeps following that tab. That's because there has been no tabs keys hit before the word height. There's not been a tab over. So I'm going to kind of optically center that and close that. And as soon as I put my cursor before the H in height and I hit the tab key on the keyboard, it tabs the height to that first tab stop, and weight automatically goes to the second tab stop. Okay? So that's the way we do it without editing a paragraph style. Now I'm going to do it editing a paragraph style, the right way. So there's two ways of doing this. I wanted to show you tabs without going through a paragraph style, and tabs that will be with going through a paragraph style. Okay, so I'm back to where I was before. Now we can see in this paragraph style it's called body copy. So I'm going to double click on that paragraph style. I'm going to edit it. There's a tabs feature here. I'm going to move this down so we can see the type because it'll move it. And if I wanted to, I could try to align this side of the ruler optically with this side of the text if you wanted to try to have something be a little bit more accurate. Now, again, I need to set a left tab for my weights. So I grabbed the left tab stop, and I clicked in the light gray bar above the numbers, above the ruler. And oops, I'm looking and I'm seeing that I'm having a problem with the text reflowing down to the second line. I need to bring my tab stop back so it all goes to that. So it's all on one line for each weight and height. And I hit OK. Now, the height and weight, if I edit the body copy style here and I go into tabs, because I already have a tab stop for this paragraph style, I probably need a separate paragraph style for this. Now, because this only happens once, I'm going to cancel this, and I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way, which is going to type and tabs and doing it manually, not editing the paragraph style. So I've got one here. I'm ripping out the left one, and I'm putting a center one above there. I'm going to hit the tab key right before the H in height, and there we go. I might even decide to make that a slightly heavier typeface because I want to differentiate that text like a subheadline. So I make that perhaps darker. Now let me go in and edit this to make it 100%. And now we can read all of that typography just fine, and it's organized pretty well as well. Okay. So that was tabs. I might even rotate that. That looks more exciting when I rotate it, so I may do something a little bit like a slight rotation to it. Now let's talk about hyperlinks. There are hyperlinks, and I've already taken them out of this document, so I'm going to import some text here. Import this Word document, and I'm going to show you these hyperlinks that are giving us problems. Let me go get that Project 6 Word document. There it is. I'm going to just create a few more pages here. You don't need to create more pages. I'm just doing it just to import this Word document again. So we're going to have a hyperlink or two, and we need to kill those. Oops. Oh, we also need to kill that paragraph rule as well. I don't know why Microsoft Word, I know why, because the paragraph style I used in Microsoft Word, it had this automatically underlined. So for those of you guys who have all this underlined text in your headlines and you don't want them underlined, triple click on those, on that headline, or double click on each of the words if you separated them out. And go to the flyout menu in the control panel, which is in the upper right hand corner, and go to paragraph rules, and where it says rule above, click on that and select rule below, and you'll see that rule is turned on. So just turn that off and hit OK. So the problem was Microsoft Word had a rule below something, and we didn't know how to take it off. Now let's talk about a hyperlink. This is a hyperlink, and we want to tear that off because this is not an interactive document. So how we take off hyperlinks is we go to, this is a little bit more advanced, but we go to Window, and we go to interactive, and we bring up the hyperlinks panel. Okay, window, interactive, hyperlinks. And you can, no, it's in a character style. That's unusual. Well, we could go to basic character formatting, and oh, this is doing all sorts of interesting things that it didn't do earlier. So we'll uncheck the underline first off. I guess that's enough. We don't have to remove the hyperlink, but just uncheck the underline. And it no longer looks like a hyperlink. You can also change the color. So if you had by default it's blue. So you can make it any color that you have. It doesn't have to be blue. It could be black or anything else. So you're not stuck with, this underline thing. Okay, so websites are not underlined in print documents. They're only underlined. Microsoft Word automatically does it so that you can click on it and access the web, or sometimes they're underlined on the web itself. But in print documents, we do not underline websites. Okay? That's okay. Well, it's probably something as simple as this. I'll try this. The question was, how do you get rid of it? If you click on it, triple click on it, it's probably up in the control panel, in the character control panel. Make sure your A is selected up here, not the P. There's an underline option. These, we have the all caps and small caps and all that. Just click on the underline option. It should un-underline it. It should take off the underline. And you can change it to whatever color you want either, or also.
What did you do with that hyperlinks?
Well, it wasn't working, so just close out of it. Yeah, the question was, what do I do with the hyperlinks panel? For me, I couldn't get it to work. I got it to work earlier before I started the video, but I can't get it to work now. Okay. So I just recorded, for those of you guys who might have missed, how to remove the hyperlink, also how to remove the paragraph rule on that body, or the headline. There's a bunch of underlines on there that you're going, I don't know how to get rid of it. It keeps giving them to me. And I also just shared with you how to deal with tabs. So that's 3 things. I'm going to stop the video, and I'm going to have that ready for you.
No, I'm going to stop.